Attention please. I'd like to welcome you to the opening ceremonies of the 125th anniversary of the city of Jamestown. At this time we're going to call for the presentation of colors. Would you please stand?
Right face, both colors. Order arm. Left face, close ranks, march. Forward, march.
Thank you. You know, in the future, I think I'm going to have a lot more sympathy for people sitting on a platform that are being introduced for one thing or another. To watch them squirm up there, I'll have a better idea of what it feels like to be squirming. I've talked a lot about flying in space. That comes really easy because it's fun. And if you want to hear about flying in space, I'm going to do that Thursday night. I don't know, 7 o'clock, is that what it is? At 8 o'clock at the Nazarene Church. So if you want to come down, and we're not going to take an offering or anything. So you can just show up and we'll talk about flying in space. I do want to say thank you to an awful lot of people, and I know I'll miss some, but I need to start with my parents. They've already been introduced. You know who they are. They've been in this community for over 50 years. I know that because I was born here 50-something years ago at Jamestown Hospital. And you've seen them around. My mom went to Jamestown College before she was a teacher at Lincoln School, and I don't know, some of you probably had her as a first grade teacher. My dad has done things from driving trucks to trimming trees to, you know, running his antique business down there on 10th Street that I'm sure you've seen as you go by. My brothers, you know, when you're the youngest brother, your oldest brothers teach you a lot of things. Most of them you don't really want to learn, but they teach you one way or another. And between Bill, my oldest brother, and Bob, of course, couldn't be here today with us because we lost him, but his wife Chris is here, and his son Fritz. And wait a minute, where'd he go? There he is. And Fritz's friend Claire is also here with us today. So, you know, more family besides my own. And of course, Jeannie and my kids. When I was selected to be an astronaut, Jeannie and I were just married, but no kids yet. And then Challenger accident came along, and at that point, Jeannie was pregnant with Lindsay. And you can be sure that I kind of stepped back for a moment and said, boy, is this space flight thing such a good idea after all? I mean, we always knew it was risky, but when you lose a crew, then you really know that it's risky. You see it in front of your eyes. That changes your perspective. And I said, well, it's important to me to do the things that really I learned here in Jamestown to do, which is to try and make a difference with your life. And when I go out and talk around the country, and I go to a lot of schools one way or another, the one thing that the message I try and take is the message that I learned here, and that is really one person is what it takes to make a difference. You know, every single thing, if you look back in history, really every single thing starts with one person. And for kids and really adults too, the other thing I'd say, if you've ever read the John Adams book, you would recognize this. The people that are successful are the people that, they're not perfect. They don't do the right thing every day. What they're really good at is recognizing when they're screwing up and getting back on track. That's what the people that make a difference do. They get back on track. Every time they mess up, they recognize it and get back on track and say, no, wait a minute, I was out here to make a difference. And that's the thing that I've tried to do. I've been very fortunate to be in the space business. I love it. And I'll tell you, we're nowhere close to done. The cool stuff's just starting. I mean, you've seen a lot of cool stuff. We're building Orion to replace the shuttle. We're going to go back to the moon. We're going to go back onto Mars. We're going to put people on Mars. You know, we know there's water there. We're going to have, you know, those asteroids that took out the dinosaurs? We can fix that. We can fix that fairly easily. We don't ever have to have another asteroid impact the Earth. That's a problem we can solve with the technology that's very much within our reach. 50 to 100 years from now, we'll have elevators into space, really. It used to be science fiction, but now it's moving from the era of science fiction to the physics is becoming possible to do that. And again, I won't tell you all the details of that, but that's coming. And one of these days, we will be able to explore our solar system. I got to tell you, when you start talking about going to other solar systems, that one boggles my mind. They're a long ways away. Mars is a long ways away. The moon is a 3-day trip. Mars is about a 1-year trip, each direction, year up, a year back. And that's the closest planet that has any hope of being habitable. And you start getting out to the outer planets, now you're talking many years, and we're not even dreaming of a technology that gets you there quicker. But that's what your kids are going to be doing, the kind of kids you grow here in Jamestown. And you know what? Everywhere I go, my astronaut buddies, they came from towns just like Jamestown. Yeah, there's a few that came from the big cities, but the vast majority of the people that I know that are out there making a difference, whether it's our governors, our senators, our presidents, you know, sports figures, whoever it is, the leaders in every area come from towns just like this that were raised by people just like you that said, our kids can grow up and do anything they want to do. And that's really the message I take when I go out to talk to kids everywhere is, it's up to you. You just have to decide that you want to make a difference. And I'm so grateful to everyone here, to the people from the schools, to the people from the church that I grew up with that helped keep us on track, to the neighbors on the street that would, you know, that's when I discovered you weren't anonymous, was one day when a lady that, you know, you remember Katie down there in Southeast, had the tin roof. We'd throw snowballs on her roof because it sounded so cool. Right until the day she came out the door and said, I know you, you're one of the Hieb boys. Oh, she knows who I am. I mean, anonymity was gone forever from that day forward. And, you know, that's one of the great things about a town like this. People know who you are, but they also help you get somewhere and make a difference. So thanks to my family, thanks to Jamestown. Thank you for the honor, for the sign. It's, I certainly never anticipated that. And, you know, I'm wondering, though, will I get a cut of the speeding ticket? Thanks very much, everybody.
Come on, Meryl.
It actually cuts your whole, we want to have Where's my friend Johnny?
That was the unofficial cut.
That was the unofficial cut. That was a practice cut.
You want to bring it up or you want it down? Your sign right here.
What are we doing, John?
You're the boss.
What would you like?
Want to sign?
Bring it over.
That's the camera people.
Right there. Leave it right there.
Got to tilt it this way.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
For
yes, I see it.
the camera.
Are we ready? Should we go 1, 2, 3?
Hang on a second, I'm going to see how we're all lined up here. Okay.
All right, John, you say when.
Okay, if you pull up the ribbon just a little bit, we'll be above this sign here.
You guys
There you
hold
go.
on.
Lift up the ribbon. There we
Okay,
go.
now I'm in front of the camera, don't I?
Okay, 1.
Okay, if you want to just hang on for a second and let all of these people take their photos just for a couple minutes in position. And then I'm going to count to 3, and on 3, if you would cut, that would be great. And then Shirley, how about if you kneel right by the sign, and also on 3, we'll take off the ribbon. Or not the ribbon, we'll take off the sheet. Let's hope this all comes off. Yeah. Are you guys all good? Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Whoa. Just like that. When you take off, right? Congratulations, Rick.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good job, Dave.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, kid.
Thank you. Oh, some ribbon even.
If I'm still on that airplane.